increasing the ridership share of public transportation in the state by improving the quality of bus transport while maintaining fares at an affordable level. As a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, there were severe restrictions on the operation of bus transport. The operation of the transport corporation are slowly returning to normal with adherence to all precautions to control the spread of the virus. Passenger service in the extension of phase 1 of the Chennai Metro Rail project from Wassermanpet to Vimkonagar will be inaugurated by the Honorable Prime Minister later this month. The foundation stone for the 118.9 km long Chennai Metro Rail project, phase 2, at an estimated cost of 61,843 crore rupees, was led by the Honorable Union Home Minister. The financing for the project has been tied up with JICA, ADB, AIFB and the New Development Bank. We are urging the Government of India to accord formal approval for their equity participation on the 50-50 sharing model for phase 2 of the project. The urban local bodies in Tamil Nadu have been at the forefront of the control of COVID-19 pandemic. The various urban infrastructure programs funded by the central and the state government and external aid agencies are being implemented with vigor. Recycling and reuse of wastewater for recharging of urban water bodies is being taken up in a systematic manner, in addition to the 2 existing 45 MLD tertiary treatment reserve or osmosis plants to 10 MLD sewage tertiary treatment ultra filtration plants are under construction at Perugundi and Nerupakkam and Nespakkam to recharge Perugundi and Poru lakes. This government is committed to providing quality housing to the poorest households in urban and rural areas. Each poor family without a house will be provided a concrete roofed house in rural areas and apartment in a multi-storied building in urban areas. A special additional allocation, 70,000 rupees per house in the rural area, taken up under the Prime Minister Awas Yojana, has been sanctioned, which would enable the speedy completion of 2,57,925 houses under construction in rural areas of the state. With this, as against the unit cost of 1,20,000 rupees per house, approved by the Government of India under the PMAY Gramin, the unit cost in Tamil Nadu would be 2,40,000 rupees, with the state government share at 1,68,000 rupees per house. The Tamil Nadu Affordable Urban Housing and Habitat Policy has been formulated to expand access to housing in urban areas. The government has also mobilized financing from the World Bank and Asian Development Bank for urban housing in the state. With simplification of rules and enhanced delegation of powers, the process of granting plan permissions has been considerably speeded up. Through the regularization scheme for unapproved layouts, 39,939 layouts and 21.86 lakhs plots have been regularized, based on widespread demand to cover left-out cases. The last date for application for regularizing layouts, which had been formed on or before 20th October 2016, has been extended till 28th February 2021. Protecting forests and increasing tree cover is the highest priority of this government. Tamil Nadu achieved an increase of 8,302 hectares in forest area and 159 square kilometer of tree cover between 2017 and 2019, as per the India State of Forest Report 2019. The state has achieved the second rank in India in forestry diversity. Protecting the habitat for wildlife has resulted in an increase in tiger population from 2014 to 64 in 2018. Translating Tamil Nadu's dividend into progress and prosperity requires the potential of youth to be fully developed. Hence, education continues to be very high priority. Investment for this state since 2017-18, 19 new government arts and science colleges, 5 government polytechnic colleges, 3 university constituent colleges have been established. In addition, a large number of new courses have been commenced each of these colleges, and investments have been made to upgrade quality in universities and colleges. To facilitate online classes, 9.69 lakh students in government and government-aided colleges and those receiving scholarships in self-financing colleges have been provided a data SIM card with 2 GB per day capacity for 4 months up to April 2021. The change in the current academic year has been to ensure that there is no loss of continuity in children's education. Various benefits that school children receive, including the nutritious noon meal, textbooks, notebooks, and school supplies are being distributed to them through the pandemic period. The government has taken a number of measures to ensure that students are able to access education content through Kalvi TV and 10 private TV channels. The free distribution of laptops scheme has been effectively leveraged by uploading video lessons through high-tech labs, and multiple internet platforms have been utilized to deliver digital content. The government has constituted 2 committees to examine the implications of the new education policy of the Government of India for school and higher education in the state. This government is fully committed to continuance of 2-language policy in the state, and there shall be no dilution in this regard. Skill development continues to be a high priority for the government, and the Apex Skill Development Centers in the auto components, machine tools, hospital and healthcare services, transportation and logistics sectors are now functional. A memorandum of understanding to establish the Apex Skill Development Center in the construction and infrastructure sector has also been signed. Over and above the ongoing centrally sponsored schemes, the Government of Tamil Nadu from its own resources has sanctioned a total amount of 682 crore rupees for the Tamil Nadu Skill Development Mission since 2013 and 14. Tamil Nadu displayed compassion in handling migrant laborers during the COVID-19 pandemic. Free food was provided to lakhs of construction and other workers throughout the state. Dry ration kits were provided to 22,74,582 unorganized workers and interstate migrant workers. This government made the cost of
சட்டப்பேரவை முதல் நாள் கூட்டம் தற்போது ஆளுநர் பன்வாரிலால் தொடக்க உரையை நிகழ்த்தி வருகிறார். அந்த நேரலை காட்சிகளை பார்த்தோம். தொடரும் அண்மை செய்திகளுக்கு இணைந்திருங்கள். இந்த நியூஸ் 18 தமிழ்நாடு.